Welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast for this Sunday, October 23, 2022. We're going to start off by looking at the National Satellite Radar Composite for the lower 48 states, and then we're going to go into the hazards as well as look at the final stop at the tropics. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest in the weather forecast for the lower 48 United States. I thank you for your support at this time. So right now we have the satellite radar composite up of the lower 48, and everywhere is looking pretty nice, pretty beautiful. There is a coastal low on the east coast that's producing showers on the Delmarva Peninsula. So if you're on the I-95 corridor from New York City to Trenton to Philadelphia to Dover, Delaware, down through Norfolk, Virginia, these showers will continue to persist through the morning hours through about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Afterwards, it'll just be cloudy and overcast. The interior sections are looking great from the Shenandoah Valley back through Pittsburgh and Cleveland and the Ohio Valley and also into Chicago. Absolutely fabulous weather there in the Midwest as well. Where we have some conditions of rain is through the interior Intermountain West, and this includes area to the west of the Front Range of Denver, up through Wyoming, Billings, Montana, Big Sky Country, Billings and Helena, Montana, down through some of the higher elevations where snow is falling in the Bitterroots and Cascades, and the Bitterroots, the Wasatch, the Bighorn Mountains, and the Grand Teton Mountains. Snow is also falling, and rain and showers are mixed south of Salt Lake City on that corridor there, from Ogden to Salt Lake City, Provo, etc. We also have some showers in the interior of Nevada and some brief showers down in the Four Corners area, extending to the north of Phoenix and the Verde Valley, heading up toward Flagstaff area, and just to the north of Santa Fe, New Mexico, on the I-25 corridor. There's some brief showers in Texas as well, in Amarillo along the I-40 corridor from Amarillo to Albuquerque as well. Elsewhere, conditions look absolutely fabulous this Sunday. Get out and enjoy it. Conditions are moderating, as a matter of fact, because we have the zonal flow now. We have the moderation flow. The jet stream has retreated northward and allowing a warm south-southwest wind to come in and warm up everybody as needed be. Now looking at the current National Weather Service current hazards, most of it has to do with its red flag warnings in southern Indiana and southern Ohio Valley. So if you're anywhere from Louisville to Lexington, back through Bowling Green, Carbondale, Illinois, Festus, Missouri, down in the Boot Hill country of Missouri, up through Indianapolis, Greenwood, Indiana, Columbus, Seymour, up the I-65 corridor, 465 corridor, and also down the I-75 corridor coming through Lexington and all of that area, and South Point southward through Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, the Daniel Boone Parkway. All those areas are under a red flag warning, which means a burn ban is in effect because of the low humidity value, relative humidity values, the dry air, and also the winds are going to be kicking up. So also in the Big Sky Country, most of Montana is under that warning, and some of the Black Hill Country of Dakota, from Rapid City, South Dakota, up through Dickinson, North Dakota, and also into Wyoming, of course, Casper, Cheyenne, and those areas there along the I-25 corridor. So now the other warnings we do have is a freeze watch, and that's mostly for the Nevada Basin and the high Sierra Mountains there on the border between Nevada and California. They have a freeze watch in effect. And then the last warning we have in the brown, that's a high wind advisory warning up in the Mojave Desert, the high deserts of California, along I-15 and the Cajon Pass. If you're coming through that area, Primm, Nevada, Henderson, Las Vegas, along Kingman, Arizona, Lake Havasu City, Arizona, those areas, there is a high wind advisory for those areas in effect immediately. That's just for today, Sunday, and into Monday morning. It should subside. So those are your warnings. We also at the National Hurricane Center, we have a little area in the Atlantic Basin that's given a 20% chance of development through 5 days. Just trough of low pressure to the east of Bermuda, about a couple hundred miles to the east of Bermuda, maybe about 700 miles to the east of Bermuda. It's given a low chance of development. We're coming to the last month of the hurricane season, starting November 1st, and so this will continue to mark the characteristic. But most of the activity for the hurricane season is already passed due to the lower sea surface temperatures that we're going to be experiencing here, and so we can expect maybe one or two more named storms in the Atlantic Basin here. The Pacific Basin as well as the next name for them would be Seymour. And we're already on the I believe it's going to be next name is Julia, the J storm. So we're getting there. But the season is almost over, thank God. And that Ian was probably the highlight of this season. Hurricane Ian, the Category 4 storm, high-end Category 4 storm that hit Fort Myers, Sarasota Beach earlier this year. So that's what we have going on. Rosalind made landfall, of course, as a Category 3 major hurricane, 120 mile an hour in southern New Mexico, and it will continue to traverse across the mountains, breaking apart into a depression, bringing some rain perhaps to the upper Rio Grande Valley of Texas later on Tuesday for time frame. Central Pacific, no tropical activity is expected. So if you're in Hawaii, you're making plans to those areas, absolutely fabulous for those areas as well. So this has been your update, just a brief update of what's going on. Thank you for your support. Please support this channel, donate, and also subscribe. Appreciate your support. This is the Weather Guru. I'll see you for the next episode.